Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining today's presentation. My name is Deng, and I'm Regional Manager for the Advanced Manufacturing and Engineering sector at Invest Northern Ireland in China. Today's section has three main objectives. Firstly, I will briefly introduce our Chinese AME proposition and why China continues to matter strategically for NI companies. Second, I will outline the Chinese market opportunities and highlighting national policy drivers and practical opportunities emerging for advanced manufacturing and engineering. I will share details of INI China's in-market activity and how NI companies can engage with us over the year ahead. We are also pleased to share with you a company presentation by Sensotech, during which Paul Daly, APAC Regional Sales Manager, will share more about Sensotech's work and experience doing business in China. So my hope is that this will give you clarity, practical insights, and confidence in exploring the Chinese market and how it can fit into your international growth strategy. So why does China continues to matter for AME? For advanced manufacturing, China is no longer viewed simply as a low-cost production base, but as a high-value innovation and application market. China remains the world's largest manufacturing and end-user market, representing around 30% of the global manufacturing output. The scale alone creates unique opportunities. For example, in the sectors such as smartphones, smart home devices, and wearables, China's massive consumer base allows companies to validate new features, designs, and price points across multiple cities and segments simultaneously. So this scale rapidly reveals what works and what does not, allowing business to dramatically shorten product development cycles. In addition to largest size of the market, China combines massive domestic demand with speed. New technologies are adopted rapidly, enabling faster commercial validation and integration. So this is particularly evident in the development of advanced equipment, automation, and enabling technologies, which are in high demand. China is undergoing a strategy shift away from value-driven growth towards innovation-led high-value manufacturing. Increasingly, we can see that China is not just where products are built. It is where they are tested, validated, scaled, and globally referenced. This means the scale of the Chinese market can further accelerate the development of NI products once they are in the market. Notably, in today's increasing complex geopolitical environment, China has proven itself to be a relatively stable market. Thanks to its poor industrial base, strong domestic market, and continued policy support, China has shown resilience in navigating external challenges amid a challenging global landscape and has already surpassed growth rate for Q1 2026. Business opportunities in China are strongly driven by national policy direction. I would like to draw to your attention to the following national policies that are integral to creating opportunities in the market for NI AME business. The 15 five-year plan covers China's national planning from 2026 to 2030 and places continued emphasis on industrial upgrading, innovation capacity, and system resilience. The key message that China is still aiming for high economic growth in this area, offering a burgeoning market for NI business. This economic momentum has been built on the Make in China 2025 policy. Make in China 2025 is China's national plan to upgrade its manufacturing industry, moving from large-scale, low-cost production to higher value, more advanced manufacturing, presenting China's clearer focus on quality, efficiency, and technological depth, rather than simply capacity expansion. A key concept increasingly encouraged by the Chinese government is new quality productive forces. It refers to advanced manufacturing, digitalization, green technologies, and productivity enhancing innovations. As China moves from capacity-led growth to higher quality productivity, NI companies that can directly adjust and upgrade existing technologies in these areas are well positioned for market success. In addition to the national policies, China has also published regional policies in key subsectors of interest for many NI companies, creating a more transparent operating environment. For example, the Action Plan for Comprehensive Management of Solid Waste in 2026, released in early this year, standardizes regulations and operations for the construction and demolition waste, recycling in the market, an area of strength for Northern Ireland. So turning policy directions into practical opportunities, we see several priority areas for NI companies. China's construction and infrastructure sectors are vast, with China currently producing around 41% of the world's aggregate. However, each year there remains a 2 billion tons production and consumption gap between the waste produced and the treatment of the waste being managed by China. In addition, the clay cake and the mud cake, which is the C&D waste output after filter pressed, which accounts for 60% of the total C&D waste amount, is largely not treated or consumed properly at present. Therefore, there is a structural imbalance between waste generation and effective recycling or reuse capacity in China that NI technologies can help support. Another key area of opportunities in China is the recycling of the retired wind blades, which is expected to grow significantly over the next 5 years, creating a new category of complex composite waste that existing systems are not yet equipped to handle at scale. Together, these dynamics are driving strong policy supports and demands for advanced processing in China's recycling business. Northern Ireland products with proven capabilities in these areas have an opportunity to capitalize on this market growing need. In terms of China's future technologies in advanced manufacturing and automation, demand is driven by labor constraints, cost pressure, productivity targets across Chinese industry. This has created a demand for solutions in AI, robots, and automation, which NI business can fulfill. In particular, world-class photonics, lasers, and optical technologies continue to be in strong demand as the technology evolve, particularly in precision manufacturing, electronics, and new materials. China has targeted the achievement of carbon peaking in 2030 and the carbon neutrality in 2060. So in clean technology and sustainability, China's scale creates unique challenges, from construction waste to resource recycling to renewable energy. We also see opportunities in high-value niche technologies where NI companies can differentiate on performance, reliability, or system integration rather than price. To assess these opportunities, INI has a strong pipeline of research outputs, research and sector-specific engagements to drive exports from Northern Ireland to China. We will provide focused reports and information on China's solid waste management action plan and the 15th five-year plan, translating policies into business relevant insights for you. On the ground, we are targeting visits to cities or clusters such as Qingdao, as well as providing support in participant in major industrial events across optoelectronics, constructions, machinery, recycling, and aggregates. We'll be also presenting at conferences and alliance platforms where policymakers, SOEs, system integrators, and end users come together. We'll be pleased to support you and promote your business at these in-market events, guiding you through your first step in China to understand local operations, identify potential opportunities, and explore where your solutions could add real value to your business. And that concludes my presentation on advanced manufacturing and engineering in China. Should you have any questions or interest in the Chinese market, please do not hesitate to get in touch for a discussion to see how we can support your business success. Hope we can hear from you soon, and I look forward to assisting you in the market. Next, you will hear from Paul Daly, APAC Regional Sales Manager at SensoTech, who will share their experience of SensoTech's time doing business in China.